Anyway, y'all want to talk about Expo? Y'all want to see pictures? If we go over here, look, I've got pictures. Of White Castle. So, on my way to Expo, I left Tuesday morning, pulled out of my driveway at 8 o'clock Tuesday morning, and my odometer read 33,333 miles when I pulled out of my driveway. After we loaded up Star Trek to take to the guy in Oklahoma, and I wish I'd taken a picture with Danny, but I didn't. Ended up setting the game up and talking with him, and what should have been like a 15-minute drop-off ended up being an hour and a half. So that put me behind. But I stayed, drove on, got stuck in traffic outside of Springfield, Missouri. There was a truck that turned over and spilled freight all over the road. So they got it cleaned up enough where one lane could get by. And then I made it to St. Louis at about 9 o'clock Tuesday night. Noticed there was a White Castle, just hop, skip, and a jump from the hotel, so hurried up over there. This White Castle actually closes at 10 o'clock. And got White Castle for the first time, and it was really good. Not going to lie. What's really funny is I do not like Crystal's hamburgers, but I do like White Castle's hamburgers. They tasted a lot better. And instead of fries, I got onion rings because I love breaded onion rings, and they had that, and they were super crispy. And even the chicken rings were good. So White Castle was a good thing. Oh, wow. Looks like we got a lot of people in chat tonight. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. So, talking about Expo. Here I am in my room. And it was cold. Chris, Wednesday morning, I got up in St. Louis and drove on to Chicago. That was about 7 hours or so. And then got to my room at the Renaissance Hotel in Schaumburg. I took a picture here because your name pops up on the TV screen when you're checked in. Here I am dressed and ready to go to the Bumper Blast tournament that was at Interium. The Expo actually did not start until Thursday, but there was a welcome party. They do it every year, but it's usually at the venue. This year they did it different, where Wednesday was load in for vendors because the show was starting earlier at noon on Thursday. And here I am ready to go to the party. Oh, you were in the tournament? See, I didn't want to play in the tournament, but if you wanted to play any games, that's the only thing you could do was play in the tournament. That's where I feel like that was a mistake, because anybody who wasn't playing in the tournament really couldn't play any games. They only had about 10 games, including a Bond Pro and a Bond Premium, but there were lines for them most of the night. After Interium closed, we were still there until somebody started being a dick, and I decided to leave. In fact, this is at Interium. This is the premium Bond, so I did not play it there. I ended up playing Bond at Expo event hall. There's Beck and Jordan from Hub Challenge, and here's Rambo 67, if you know him from chat. We were having a cocktail. Randy was having a glass. The manager, Interium was severely understaffed. They had 4 people not show up for work. So at some point, I guess a manager hopped behind the bar to help out, and there wasn't enough wine in any one bottle to pour a glass. So Randy got lucky and got like 2 glasses of wine for the price of one. Here's the Pro. Is that the Pro? Yeah, Doctor knows the Pro. Uh, this is the line to sign up for the bus tour of the Jersey Jack factory on Thursday morning. I'm glad I went down because if you waited until like, say, there was a bus leaving at 11:15. If you waited till 11 o'clock to go down and try to get on the bus, you weren't going to get on. You had to sign up at 9 o'clock that morning. Hey, Randy. How you doing, bud? Let's see. Uh, here's Dave, who is Hashman, and Raylene, who is Danger Ray on Twitch. They're from Australia. Super nice couple. Enjoyed chatting with them. And, of course, Hub Challenge, Beck and Jordan there. I hung out with Beck and Jordan and Randy and Rilla Pinball, Tom, all weekend. And here's Alaire, and I forgot this dude's name. I'm sorry. I remember Zalaire. But they're streamers also, and I'm sorry, their channel name escapes me at the moment. Here's inside the event hall. This year they did not separate the vendors from the free play area like they did last year or in years before. So you'll see vendors set up. Over here off to the right is where all the arcades are. There were fewer arcades this year and more pinballs. People brought games this year to play, which was very nice. This is for King of the Hill for a video game tournament. Back over here is the Stern booth, where Stern had all of their games set up. They had a bunch of Bonds, Pros, and Premiums. They had Godzilla, Deadpool, Led Zeppelin. I played Led Zeppelin Pro for the first time, and oh my God, there is nothing on that frickin' play field. Oh boy, I can understand why Steve Ritchie left. I forget what else they had over there. Rush. They had Rush. Let's see. There were some Jersey Jack games up here. Though these aren't, I don't think. There's Dialed In. We played a game of Dialed In. This person, I think they come to TPF too. They have all kinds of tools for working on your games. They also have PCBs. There's more of their tools and their PCBs. And then back over here in the back is the Cactus Canyon booth. Along the wall they had like 10 Cactus Canyons and a Monster Bash. Somebody said there was an AFM there, but I don't remember seeing it. Up here, there's a bunch of, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, I think, of electromechanical games. Most of them are Rob Burke's. You know what, y'all? These are fun games. They really are. I enjoyed playing them. In fact, everything in this bank right here, I think I played. Jersey Jack booth back here. Of course, they had a lot of Guns N' Roses, Toy Story. Probably had some Willy Wonka I didn't notice. I never went into their booth. There's another look across at CGC's booth. Here's the Mando Topper, in case anybody wanted to know. I only saw one. I don't think there was more than that. So what this is right here you can see the edge of it. There's like a piece of plexiglass right here. And there's an LCD screen down here in the bottom. So it becomes a Pepper's Ghost effect, essentially, which would explain, on Pen's side, somebody figured out that one of the, that the HDMI output from the Spike 2 No Board Zero was actually outputting backwards graphics. This is why, because they're doing this Pepper's Ghost thing in the topper. There's another picture of it from the side, kinda. Somebody was playing this game at the time, and then her game ended. And it even showed her score up here when she was done. Also, it shows the Lucasfilm logo. It actually builds it. It draws it. It looks really cool. Listen, it looks really cool in person. And is it worth $2,000? Yes, it is. I think. I know everybody says, "Oh, it's not worth $2,000. It's just a topper." Blah blah blah. No, trust me, it's worth it. I took a few pictures of some rare games that you don't really see. This is a Sonic Gamatron from Spain. So it has that Sonic cabinet, and I'm. This should not be a conversion kit like the other Gamatron was. Of course, the playfield is modeled after Flight 2000. American 1492. Is this a Spanish game? I don't remember. Can we see? Unfortunately, I didn't get to play this. I don't think it was working most of the time. Huh. I still don't see who the manufacturer is. Randy, do you know? Pedico? Another one. This is one of Rob Burke's games. I'm guessing these are all Spanish games. Looks like a disco type thing. Art Deco disco. Screech. It's another one. Oh, okay. Oh, it's all good, Randy. I'm pretty sure these are all Spanish games. I was trying to get the playfield in the back box in one picture, so I didn't get the whole machine. Okay, this is Fathom Revisited. This is a prototype that's been making the show circuit. Y'all, this game is gorgeous, and it plays very well. The only problem I had with it is the Bally Fat Flippers. They play differently than the standard Williams, Stern, Jersey Jack, the pointed flippers, if you know what I mean. But it is stunningly beautiful. I know I didn't look at it as much as I should have, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Proto 2 is what it says. And it plays great. I mean, it does. It plays great. There's a shot of the projector, the light projector that simulates water under the ground. It's mounted to the bottom of the cabinet and projects through a hole. It's actually pretty cool. Can I rotate this? There we go. There's the apron showing the two LCD displays. And by the way, y'all are welcome to ask questions. I can't see, when I'm looking at the pictures and moving around, I can't see chat. But I can bring chat up when I hear that you've said something. Hey, CNK, how's it going? I just got back from Expo, so I'm talking about Expo and the pictures that I took. Yeah, CNK is a lot of fun. And you can easily switch between original Fathom rules and the 2.0 rules. It's just either you push the left button or the right flipper button. It'll be fun to get to know what all this stuff means. I got my invoice for my machine yesterday, so that's why I need to sell a game so I can pay for it and get my game in a couple months, hopefully. Here's another shot of the play field. Like I said, it's absolutely gorgeous. I'll zoom in. I think they did a fantastic job on this game. Okay, so Fathom Revisited was in the Fast Pinball booth. So he had a bunch of games in the booth that were modified using the Fast Pinball controller. This is one of them. This is a Bally Star Trek, but it's been modernized. It still has the same rules, okay? But it's been modernized with a LCD display here, and then the translite is an LCD display. And of course, now it has sound effects with it. Louis, how's it going? Hey, dude. Louis, I have all your stuff. I just got to pack it up and get it shipped to you, okay? Okay, so Thursday is when Tom came in from Ohio. He drove in from Ohio, and after he got to his hotel, he stayed at a hotel away from the convention center. We met up at Portillo's to have dinner. Never been to Portillo's. I've never had an official Italian beef sandwich. I've had one somewhere, but I hated it. Anyway, so this is Portillo's. This is an Italian beef sandwich. It has Italian beef, mozzarella cheese, and sport peppers on it. And it was dipped in the gravy, and it was delicious.
Amazing!
Tom got an Italian beef with sausage, and he said it was very good. Their crinkle cut fries were fantastic. So yeah. Okay, Eagle Flip, I will get to what you're talking about in just a moment. I did not try their cake. I tried something else, okay? But I forgot about it. Forgot completely about it because I wanted to try that, okay? But there's more. So that was Thursday's dinner. Oh, this is a shot. This is inside the restaurant of Portillo's. Supposedly they're building a Portillo's not too far from me. Unfortunately, it is a bit of a drive, but I will actually drive to go eat there, okay? That's how good it was. Portillo's hot dogs. This particular restaurant also has Italian food. I don't know if that's true of all Portillo's, but they do have Italian food there, too. There's me looking goofy taking a selfie with a Vienna beef. The condiment cart is right here where you get your ketchup and silverware and straws and napkins. And there's Tom. There's Rilla Pinball. So hello to Tom. Okay, I'm going to say this. This is stupid, but I included this picture. This is inside my room. This is a smoke detector. And Thursday morning, I woke up and looked up at the ceiling. I opened my eyes, looked up at the ceiling, and there was this bright flash of light. And it was coming from the smoke detector. There's a little LED right here. And it flashed every 2 seconds. And when the room is pitch dark, you notice it. And it kind of kept me awake for a little bit. CNK, don't get me scared about that because it really did have me freaked out. nobody would want to clone this, okay? Okay. So Thursday night, Logan Arcade had a Bond launch party tournament. So me and Beck and Jordan, or I should say Beck, Jordan, and I went to it, which was great because last year I didn't make it to Logan Arcade, and this year I forgot to go to Galloping Ghost. So, anyway, this is in the front room of Logan. Look, Metallica, Elvira, Monster Bash, Attack from Mars. What was that? Mark Lard, hey, thanks for that follow. How's it going? Welcome. Let's see. Monster Bash, Attack from Mars, Medieval Madness, Godzilla. I don't remember what's down there. But, and the wall, and here's the deal. Okay, y'all know Jack Danger has streamed from Logan Arcade, usually in the back room. His streams make the place look a whole lot bigger than it is. This place is not as big as I thought it was. It's long, and there's, it goes to the back, and there's 3 different rooms. But it's not as big as I expected it to be. Yeah, Galloping Ghost is like a 45-minute drive from the convention center. And plus, the Galloping Ghost Arcade opens early in the day. Galloping Ghost Pinball doesn't open till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that makes it difficult to go there. Anyway, like I said, this is the front room. I didn't get to play the Elvira because somebody was on it when I thought about it. They are on coin drop, and the games can be 50 cents. Now, there were 2 games that were on free play. It's because they stream them. And one was Star Trek Premium. The other was Whitewater. And I did get to play Whitewater because I don't think I've ever played it. So Beck and I did play a game of Whitewater, and that was a lot of fun. This is the same room, the other side of the room. They have some ice cold beers. They had a
Amazing!
Ms. Pac-Man Cabaret over here. And then some bar tables, and then, of course, the bar along this wall. Is it Eagle Flip? You'll have to take me there. But I want to go to Galloping Ghost Pinball. I don't care about the video games myself, personally. That's not my thing. So I want to go to Galloping Ghost Pinball. Oh, cool. Let's see. This is... Oh, this is in the back room, the very back. There's another... Through this archway, there's another room. So I didn't play Ghostbusters, but I did notice they had a Ghostbusters topper. Here's where the tournament was being held. So there were 3 games in the tournament, and it was a high score tournament, and then like the top 4 playoff, for the finals. So they had Bond Premium, Batman 66, and Deadpool in the tournament. So if you can tell me why they had those 3 games, because there's a reason why those 3 games were the tournament games. Tell me why they were the tournament games, and I'll give you something. Okay, Eagle Flip. You cheated. Yes, they were all Gomez designed games. And what's funny is it didn't hit me until I was up on Deadpool. I had already played Bond. I think I tilted out 2 out of 3 balls. Batman 66, I got first place on and had it for quite a while. Same thing with Deadpool. I ended up in first place and held first place for quite a while. I ended up overall 9th in the tournament, so I'm not going to complain about that. But there weren't a whole lot of like heavy hitter pinball players there, if you know what I mean. I wish. And then they had a Bond Pro on free play. You didn't have to put money in that one, but it's right here next to the tournament area. And then they have Mandalorian and some other games, including a very nice Adams Family that I put up a GC score on. And it was only 241 million, and I got the GC. What? That's too low. There's the 4-player Pac-Man. Oh, somebody was having a birthday party. Here's Jurassic Park, Adams Family. I got to play Game of Thrones. I had never played Game of Thrones before, but Beck and I played a game on it. Okay. Stranger Things. Killer Queen is back here. I wanted to go to this birthday party. They had cake. Oh, there's Rick and Morty. Iron Maiden. We played Game of Iron Maiden, which is a premium. And some more vids. There was Beck playing Bond in the tournament. Oh, Radical. I took a picture of this because I had never played it before. That's an awesome game. I really like playing that. And I've come to the conclusion that these Bally System 11s that have the speakers at the top of the back box, I haven't played one that I don't like. So remember that particular style of Bally game, System 11 with the speakers at the top of the back box, like Elvira and the Party Monsters. Those are great games. High score of the day. Yeah, I can do that on my own dial then. Oh, there's, see, 241. Grand Champion on a really nice Adams Family. I still don't understand how the Grand Champion was so low, unless they had reset the scores. So me, Beck, and Jordan outside. I wanted a picture because that used to be a hardware store called Logan Hardware, and now it's Logan Arcade, but they left the original sign, which is pretty freaking cool if you ask me. Okay, so the next morning I had breakfast. Lobster sticks to magnet. I literally went to Logan Arcade last night. Woot woot. Well, good. Logan Arcade's the place to go. CNK, I haven't gotten to that yet. I'll get there, I promise. Oh, you hadn't? Cool. Did you go to Expo, Lobster? Or you were just in town afterwards, or... so the next morning I decided to order room service because I didn't know what I wanted. I had a work trip, no Expo. Oh, that sucks. That would have been cool if you could have arranged it. We got to Fathom. Yes, I know. I haven't gone through all the pictures yet. I took pictures on different days. I haven't taken pictures of all the games yet. These are in order by day, okay? So, this is at the Renaissance Hotel. I ordered room service. Pancakes, super thick pancakes, but they were a little on the tough side, but they tasted good. They give you plenty of whipped butter and syrup. Bacon was good, and the hash browns were wonderful and perfectly seasoned. I had to save 2 strips of bacon and 1.5 pancakes for Friday. For Friday morning. Anyway, just one. I'm going to talk a lot about food, okay? Okay, so here's the Magic Girl display, CNK. So the guys, yes, it is. Yeah, it was good. The containers did good. Oh. Hang on.
Oh no!
Sorry. Hold on, let me go back. I forgot that was gonna take y'all out. I turned the volume down on it. Okay, where am I? For me, it still sounds loud, but anyway. Okay, where am I? Okay, Magic Girl. Uh, the guys overseas took the game, made it playable, and finished the code on it so you could play it. So here is Carrie Hardy playing Magic Girl. He and Tom and I played. That's good. I like when people chat a lot, Lobster. It keeps me happy. And here's Tom and Carrie looking at it. Don't they look confused? Like, what the fuck do I do? Here's the problem I had. Of course, when John Papaduke designed this, he designed it like Circus Voltaire with the display on the backboard behind the playfield. That did two things. Number one, the back of the cabinet is way taller, which puts the playfield way deeper in the cabinet. And all this ramp concoction in here. Let me see if I can zoom in. This spaghetti bowl right here, I'm going to call it that because it's got different paths for the ball to make. We could never figure out how to get into this magnet, and we could never get the magnet in this box to pull the ball up. But this contraption right here blocks the lower third of the display. So it's hard to see. And also, where this says ball saved right here, I don't know if this is in the original design or it's something that the guys that rebuilt the game added into it, but it emulates a dot matrix display. So, what? CNK, as far as it looked done to me, it sucks. It's got pretty art, and it lights up, and I don't think there's anything that can make this game actually playable. I'm sorry. It's a disappointment to say the least. There's a picture of the playfield. The playfield, I think, is gorgeous. Of course, Zombie Yeti did the art. It is a little busy, I will say that. We kept shooting this spinner right here. Don't know what we did. I can't remember if any of us got to multi-ball. I know I locked the ball. And it has the, like the World Cup Soccer 94 type skill shot. Anyway, it's still it's a mess, and you're not going to be able to fix that mess. And let's see, I think this was Carrie and this is Tom, and I had 5.4 million. I suck. There's Queen. Toten meets Circus Voltaire. Well, no, it's still pretty. CNK. Okay, so Queen. This is the game that we played, which is the higher end version. You can see the lighted side art, and the powder coat and all that stuff. Oh, that looks like the same thing. Okay, they had another one there, so they must have changed one out at one point. They did have problems with the games at the show. They had to pull them back and work on them. They did fix the art on the back box, on the translite. It looks much better. Queen is not covered up by the lock. Freddie Mercury doesn't look out of proportion. He looks a lot better. The playfield, the layout's okay. Listen, it's okay. Now, I've never played Alien. Just not interested in it. If the code gets better, okay. Here's the problem we had because the three of us went up to play it. We could not get it to start a multiplayer game. It would only play one player. Also, the first time around, it was only allowing 2-ball games. Don't know if that's how it set up or there was something wrong. Because on Saturday, was able to go back and play it again. We couldn't get a multiplayer game started, but it was playing 3-ball games, so who knows. It's okay. It's not. Having me not ever played Alien, I would say Alien is definitely better. Is probably an 8 out of 10. Whereas Queen, for me, is probably a 4 out of 10. It didn't make me want to play it again. It felt fine. The flippers felt fine. Once you found all the shots, you were pretty good. I don't think any one of the three of us made it up to the upper playfield. Yeah. So, yeah. No, it didn't excite me. There's Carrie playing it. There are multiple diverters in this game, so this center ramp can divert the ball into the pop bumpers. It can divert the ball into this wire form. It can send the ball to this wire form. And I think it can lock a ball too, because that's the Wembley Stadium lock. This upper playfield, Beck finally got up there through the right orbit. So what these shots underneath it do, I don't really know. I couldn't tell you. I forgot now. But anyway, it just was. It didn't. It didn't give me a boner. Okay. CNK, I'm glad I know you're being sarcastic. Okay, Bond. This is the Pro. Right? Yeah. So this is the first one I played. Oh, wait. I never played a premium. Oh, I played the premium at the tournament. It was fine. This is the Pro. It's cool. It still doesn't turn me on just because I'm not into the theme, I guess. The shots are unique and interesting. This thing over here to the side. So over here, there's a shot. You shoot up into here. There's a target to hit there. After you hit it, the ball drops down into this kick-out saucer that throws the ball right up here towards the pop bumpers. And it is only 2 pop bumpers. And George Gomez even said that he thought it was the most active 2 pop bumper nest he's ever created. And I have to admit, he's right. It is very active. Oh shit, I don't think we stayed that late. Jeez. You're right. The Pro has no bond on a wand, which is fine. I'm going to tell you something. So the main differences between the Pro and the Premium are the bond on a wand, the ball lock, which is the tower here for the Bird 1 missile, and on the Premium, this is clear with a scene underneath it that lights up when you hit the shot. Okay, first of all, regarding this shot, I thought the ball randomly bounced in there a lot. Like it would just hit something over here and it would just bounce into this hole. And it would hit, whatever. It just seemed like that ball fell in there a lot on its own off of a random carom. Regarding the Pro versus the Premium, you don't need the Premium. The Pro is fine. That's all I can say. The Pro is fine. You don't need that extra stuff. The ball lock, whatever. On the Pro, it's virtual locks. All this thing does is it diverts the ball into this ball lock, it shoots it up into the ramp, and it stops right here. And then when you get multi-ball, it just releases the balls out into the left orbit. You don't need it. The bond on a wand, all that's going to do is add a chance to drop a ball on the tank. Who cares? You still get the multi-ball, right? So in my opinion, the Pro is the way to go. This side ramp right here, I was actually able to hit it with the bottom left flipper. It was kind of an accident. I wasn't shooting for it on purpose, but I did flip the ball with the bottom left flipper, and it went up the ramp. No shit. Hey, Red Verdi. No, that's not me talking cheap. That's me talking my opinion. Listen, this is the guy that bought a Guardians Premium with Groot arms that people don't like. Lobster, I don't death save, so. Yeah, Eagle Flip. I'm usually partial to a Premium or an LE. But seriously, on this game, you don't need it. You just don't need it. Okay, so on this game, Carrie was getting pissed at me and Tom because by the beginning of ball 3, we both had a 300 million points. And Carrie's like, you guys in the 300 million club, come on. And there you can see we finished with over 400 million. And Carrie did break 100 million, so good for him. He couldn't find the left orbit. And then when he did find the left orbit, he couldn't get it up the ramp. It was funny. But I enjoyed playing the game because I was playing with Tom and Carrie. Okay. Do I want it for my personal collection? No. I was able to get it up the ramp. Tom was able to get it up the ramp. We both started Jetpack Multiball. But I don't think Carrie ever started Jetpack Multiball. But he was having such a hard time with the left orbit. And I don't know why. Because I thought... Now listen, it took me a few tries of shooting the left orbit to find it. Finding the shot. You just had to find the shot. So after me shooting it like 5 or 6 times... and making it once, I finally figured out where the shot was on the right flipper in order to make it. And that's all you have to do with any game is you got to find where the shots are on the flipper, right? So he was just having a hard time finding it. That's all. Okay, you asked about this. Here it is. So Friday, this is Friday, um, Beck and Jordan from Hup Challenge, excuse me, went to Portillo's. And then Beck texted me, exactly, Moo is right. Um, Beck texted me and said, would you like a chocolate cake shake? Or we're at Portillo's, would you like a chocolate cake shake? And I said, yes, please, because I had forgotten about this creation. So she brought me one. This is it. So, in case you're not familiar with the chocolate cake shake at Portillo's, they take a cup, they take ice cream. Don't know if they put anything else in it, I don't remember. You can watch the videos on YouTube. And then they take a slice of chocolate cake, multiple layers, frosting and all. They put it inside the cup and they blend it into the ice cream and make a chocolate cake shake. So it's got little flecks of chocolate cake. It's got little bits of frosting floating around in there. And this is the most amazing chocolate shake I've ever had. I'm not kidding. It needed whipped cream and a maraschino cherry, but it was the best chocolate shake I've ever had. And when I got down to the bottom, there was like a glob of frosting in it and a little chunk of cake. Oh, it's a very good chocolate cake that they use, by the way. It's not some cheapo, oh, we're just making this to put into a shake, so they do it cheaply. No, the cake is fantastic. When they blend it into ice cream and turn it into a chocolate shake, it's even more fantastic. So now, Tom didn't like it, but Tom's Tom. What do you expect from somebody from Columbus? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So anyway, but I highly recommend it. I took a picture of this because I thought this was kind of obscene. I mean, it was cool, but it looks like a cock and balls. But anyway. Okay, so Friday night, me and Tom and Mr. Wombat from chat, William, we went to this restaurant, Weber Grill, last year. And for the past year, Tom has done nothing but talk about the steak we had at Weber Grill. And he could not wait to go again. So the five of us, we thought we were going to have a six, but Lewis Bevins was in the tournament and he got stuck playing. He thought he was going to get knocked out, but he didn't. So anyway, that's Debbie, our server, and Rambo67 on the left, Tom there in the middle, Jordan in the purple shirt that I want. I told him he's lucky he's a wrestler because I was going to take that purple shirt. And then Beck, we all had some cocktails, and the pretzel bread is awesome. I don't like the cheese butter, but the cheddar butter, but the whipped butter is fine. Anyway, so best steak I've ever had is at this restaurant. I'm not kidding. Here we are with our steaks. So Beck got a filet with truffle butter, and of course it comes with mashed potatoes. You can get something else, but we stuck with the garlic mashed potatoes, and they were actually good. Jordan got the Delmonico ribeye with shrimp, and of course the potatoes. Tom got the Delmonico ribeye with a baked potato that is huge. I got just the filet with the garlic mashed potatoes. Randy got a New York strip with mashed potatoes. Doesn't that look good? Y'all, they cook these things on actual Weber grills over charcoal. Okay, tell me what other restaurant does that. There's Tom and Rambo outside. They have a big Weber grill out there. It's a family-owned business. It's a family-owned restaurant. They have 4 locations. 3 of them are in Chicago. 1 of them's in Indianapolis. Hercules was there. And here's the stupid thing. I forgot to play it. I took pictures of it because somebody was playing, and then I totally forgot about it being in there and never went back to play it. I know it sucks, but I just wanted to play it for the experience, right? There's a look at the playfield, but I'm glad I got to see it at least. Okay, I told you I was going to talk. This is the last food. Okay. Went back to we enjoyed the Italian beef on Thursday. Tom and I went back to Portillo's on Saturday for dinner, and I got 2 hot dogs. I got a chili cheese dog. I got a Chicago dog because you got to try the Chicago dog, right? I got sweet peppers, no tomato, and you know what? They're very good too. And I am not a hot dog person, but that was it was fantastic. That's awesome, Eagle Flip. Okay, so this right here, this was not in the Stern booth, which makes me mad because it wasn't connected to the internet. But I don't like Rush. I mean, the band is fine. I love Tom Sawyer, but and their music is fine. The game I wasn't too keen on when I played it at TPF. So this was on the last row of all the games over by the concession stand. Nobody's playing it. I said, I'm going to play it. What the hell? And that's what I did. I took a picture and I sent it to Tom, who is a huge fan of the game. And he texted me back. He goes, hey, that's actually a good score. So anyway, and I had no idea what I was doing the whole time. I was shooting the flashing lights. And here's Expo's new mascot for this year. They got a new mascot. His name is Flippy. Wonderful mascot. And, yeah. Oh, I got all the pictures. Somebody in their booth had a Batman 89. 89, right? That I did play. I didn't understand the game at all, to tell you the truth. But it's pretty. Here is the black and white Addams Family. Guys, this is what happens when you leave your games in the sun. All the color will eventually fade from them. Don't leave your games in the sun. Get blackout curtains on your windows and protect your games or cover them up. Awesome, Radverdi. So obviously I'm being facetious. Great American Pinball, right? Great American Pinball is the one that did this, right? This is their black and white Addams Family. They got a black and white playfield, black and white translite. The DMD is white. It's all black and white. It's gorgeous. They won't let you play it, but you can look at it. There's the playfield. Beautiful game. There's the black and white Twilight Zone that they did. That is also beautiful. Fantastic job. And then Saturday night, even though I had dinner, we ate dinner kind of early because Tom was driving back to Columbus. They have a California Pizza Kitchen in Chicago, not far from the hotel. Our California Pizza Kitchen here closed down. So I ordered me a Sicilian pizza because I love it, and it was absolutely fabulous. For a late night snack. This was like 11 o'clock Saturday night that I ate this. And here's the hotel, the Renaissance by Marriott. And then back over here is the convention center. And they are connected by a hallway here. And this is me saying goodbye to Chicago for once again. And leaving Beck and Jordan and I and Gary and Ed from Wild Dog Arcade had breakfast at this restaurant that Beck found on Google. She picked it because it had 4.9 stars out of 5, and it was actually a delicious breakfast. Little hole in the wall in a strip mall where there's not much around this in this mall, but this little restaurant that had maybe 10 tables inside was absolutely fantastic. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Oh, see on Batman 66, I got 175 million, and look, this guy 333. But look at the scores below me. And then on Deadpool, 177 million. They were all topped. But look, I finished in ninth place. Beck ended up in 14th, and Jordan tied for 19th. And that's all my pictures. So, that's my trip to Chicago.